my channel. If you haven't been here before, I do a lot of like DIY and room makeovers, but I also want to start introducing outfits, daily lifestyle video. If you want to see any of the upcoming ones, then please subscribe to my channel. But with all that said, let's just go ahead and get started. At the beginning, I was very overwhelmed just because I had so much just random stuff that I didn't know where it needed to go. And it was just everywhere. It looked like the closet just threw up. I'm going to be painting these white, and then this wall, I want to paint it like a brownie pinkish color. I want to paint most of the walls white. If you've ever made over your room, you know that painting is a bee and it takes forever, and it's honestly the hardest part of any makeover. I kind of did a thing and took out this ugly yellow thing from the wall, but now I have a giant hole in the wall. Anytime I paint, I like to start with the corners, around the baseboards, and near the ceiling, just because that honestly takes the longest, so I like to get that out of the way first. Here is my accent color. As you can see, it's a mixture of like a terracotta brown with a hint of pink, and honestly that's exactly the color that I wanted. And there's Louis, who loves to stare at that window. And here's how the rest of the walls are looking, so very white and bright, just to make this room look even bigger than it is. Now, I don't know why in the heck I used the world's smallest roller to paint this freaking wall. Quite frankly, it's a little painful to see how long it took me to paint this wall. I had some random pieces of wood outside, so what I did is I cut this piece of plywood to the measurements of the hole in the wall, and then I'm just going to be using this spackle around it. I actually got this at the dollar store for $1. Once it's fully dry, what you want to do is sand it or imitate the texture of your wall. Here is an overview of how it's looking so far, and I'm currently waiting for that to dry, as well as the paint on the wall, so that I can add a second coat. I don't know if I'm lying, but I do think that IKEA has the cheapest brackets as well as curtain rods that I have seen anywhere else. Now it's time to add some shelves. This board is 8 foot long and about 12 inches deep, but as always, they usually are about 11.5. Before using your circular saw, always make sure that you are adjusting the blade to the thickness of the material that you're cutting, as well as using some protective eye gear. The next step is to make sure that you pick the best looking side to be your top, and make sure that the rougher side is towards the bottom. I do like to start sanding them with a rougher grit, but then I do like to end with a 220 just to make sure that it's fully and completely smooth. What I have started doing is rounding off the edges for two reasons. One, it honestly just makes them look a lot better, and two, it just makes it more safe. As you can see here, this looks a lot more finished than this one right here. I'm going to be reusing my staining gloves. I do like to use these as many times as I can, and I'm going to be using Early American, which if you've seen any of my videos, you know that this is one of my favorite stains to use. I did not end up using all of these shelf brackets, but I did spray paint all of them black because eventually if I did use them, I know they would be black. I used to have, dare I say, an addiction to handbags, but I have decided to not buy any more handbags, and this is all I'm going to be using. The movers did F up some of my bags, like this one for example. I got this bookcase at IKEA, and this is where I like to keep all my purses so that they don't have any dust in them. This room was cleaned, but once again, it looks like this. Okay, so back to the shelves. I'm going to be using the speed squares so that I have the right measurements and straight lines. I'm also going to be using 1/2-inch screws for the brackets on the back. And this is how they look, and this is how they look on the wall. I'm going to be adding this blanket that my beautiful Anthony made for me into this basket. Now that I was done with all of the major parts, it was time to actually start the fun stuff, which is decorating. I actually have a video here on YouTube about how I made this clothing rug for 12 bucks if you want to go ahead and check that out. I was starting to feel like this wall was very empty, so what I wanted to do was add some shapes to the wall, just because I didn't want to spend more money on frames or on wall decor. And this is honestly the cheapest way to add, you know, a little bit of something extra to your walls without having to spend really any money if you already have the paint. I'm going to be using the paint color Cool Clay. For all of those who ask in my comments what paint color I'm using, I do like to show it in the video so that you can screenshot it if you need to. Back at it again with the small roller. As you can see, this already adds so much dimension without the need of any decorations. So as previously stated, I did not want to spend really any money on any of the rooms, but I did not have rugs that were big enough for this room, so what I decided to do was to layer 2 5x7 rugs. Done with this video. Thank you so much for watching it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and then also subscribe, as well as follow me over on my Instagram if you want to see any pictures of any of the rooms that I've made over, aesthetic pictures, pictures of outfits, all that stuff. Everyone knows how Instagram works. If you want to follow me over there, that would be great too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. See ya!